sunny. It's sunny. It might be cold, but it's sunny. And here we are.
Here we are at the village. You know, I haven't been here in such a long time, and now I'm an adult member for my grandson, so I'm excited to see what's new and check it out.
Oh, Nancy, for those of you that haven't been here, you are in for a treat. This is a hidden gem in Wilmer. And for those of you that have been here, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's go inside.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. We're back today with Conversations Over Coffee here at the Village with Paula Smith. Good morning, Paula.
Good morning.
Yeah, you are the director of the Village Children's Museum.
That's correct.
All right. Paula's been here from the start, I think, right? She has made this into just an awesome place for families and children to come and explore and play. So, Paula, I'm going to start by asking you a little bit about the history of the Village. If you could just expand on that a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you coming, and we're just excited to share about the Village. So a little bit of the history behind this. This is a nonprofit children's museum, and it was started about 5 years ago is when the idea kind of came around by 3 local families who all felt the need for an indoor space where learning and community and play could happen. And so that's when the Village Children's Museum was started. And we had actually visited a smaller children's museum, and we felt like that was something that we could do in our community. So we really wanted this to be a place that embraces the diversity that Wilmer has to offer.
Yes.
So that's a big aspect of the Village. So we started the process of opening the Village, and actually only 6 months after we started the project, we were able to open the Village, and that was thanks to huge community support, lots of individuals, a lot of people volunteering, a lot of just financial support by local businesses and organizations, which was incredible to see. So currently we're funded through our admission, through our memberships, as well as through private individual donors and through grants.
Well, the need was there because I have been here on several occasions, and it is always busy. And true to your statement, there is a lot of diversity going on here, and I feel good about being here every time I am here. So congratulations on meeting your goals. All right, Paula, you talked a little bit about starting out with 3 families and how it's grown. You also mentioned it being a Village Children's Museum and the need for play. Can you expand a little bit about the association of play and development and what you offer here?
Yeah. So when we first opened, our families all had very young children, and one of the things that really stuck out to us was, it's actually a quote by Mr. Rogers. He says, "Play is the work of a child."
Yes.
And that's something that really stuck with us, that kids learn through play, and that's largely through experiencing the world around them.
Yes.
And so we wanted to make a space where they can experience things that they might see out in the big world, but that we can bring that in on a child's level, and something that they can hands-on engage with their surrounding, and they can just learn through the experience of enjoying different toys, enjoying different environments in the Village. And so we feel like we've seen that happen, and that's been a really fun this is going maybe a little bit off track, but one of the things that we see is moms and dads coming in here and really enjoying play as well.
Yeah.
And the things that moms and dads or grandmas and grandpas learn alongside their kids as they're playing. So it's sweet to see parents and grandparents coming back to playing and really enjoying that with their kids.
I just need to expand. Like I said, when I've been here, I've seen Mom on the treadmill, making the energy occur over here, and they're just laughing and engaging together, and just to see the interaction of the parents and the children together is wonderful. That's great to hear. And just to, expand on what you said with Mr. Rogers' quote, child's work is play. And so when they see all these things that Mom and Dad do and things that they have in their home, that brings it full circle as well. So that's their work. So nice parallel to what is really going on in life. Paula, I also want you to comment a little bit on why you call it a museum. Why do you call it a children's museum?
Yeah, so that's kind of a fun thing as we were getting going and we said museum. A lot of people had questions about that, and they thought that means don't come in and that means come in and don't touch things. And we
Yes,
very clearly
still.
said, yeah, this is actually the opposite. When it's a children's museum, it means come in and engage and play with things. So it's really kind of the opposite of an adult children's museum. But really the museum part of it comes from an educational piece. So there's learning that's happening, but kids are learning through interaction with their environment instead of just reading something or looking at an artifact. This is just more of an interactive museum.
Very parallel to what you see here in the metro.
Yes.
You've brought it out here at the Children's Science Museum, same thing. My children love to go and just engage
Yes.
and experience. So, you know what? Speaking of, we should check this out, Paula. I think there's no better way to show everybody what's here than a walkthrough. If you're okay with that, let's walk through
Absolutely,
and see
yes.
what's here.
Yes, I'm going to bring my copy with me
Great.
so I can sip along as we walk. We have over here our grocery store, so this is a great place for kids to experience some shopping. We have fruits and we have vegetables. We have some pantry items. We have refrigerated goods. So this is a place where kids will come in and shop, and a friend may sit here and check out their items. We have some money inside the till, and so they can pay for it, and someone can give them change, and it's just a really fun experience to play here. And then they can actually take the food that they have bought at the grocery store, and they can bring it on over to our restaurant. And over here they can cook some food. We have some plates and pots and pans. We have a stove. So this is a fun place to order some food and to make it. And mom and dad can sit over here and they can give their order to their kids. And it's just a fun place to interact and use your imagination.
Well, and Paula, as a early childhood specialist here, I'm just thinking of how much other learning can go on. I mean, you can talk colors,
Yeah.
you can talk shapes. You know, you talked about what a wonderful way to learn. You can talk about, just all kinds of different vocabulary.
Absolutely.
Awesome way to learn.
Yes, for
While
sure.
playing.
For sure. Yeah, right over here we have our chutes and tubes, and this is really a fun thing for kids as they're getting a little bit older. So what they'll do is these are on magnets, and so they can move these pieces around, and they can use we have some little balls, and they can move and make chutes and tubes to try to get a ball to follow a ramp all the way down that would land in our little basket down here. This is also a great opportunity for an adult to participate with their child, or even for older siblings to work with a younger sibling in putting this together.
Yes. There's no real sharp edges or anything like that, which is great. Everything has been taken into consideration as far
Yes.
as safety, Paula.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, they're a wonderful company.
Okay.
So we'll walk over here. Well, this is a perfect example of adults at play
Woo-hoo.
at the village. Vicky's enjoying being a firewoman here today. So this is our fire truck exhibit over here, and you can see that you can actually have a couple drivers in our fire truck. We on the side over here have some gear that kids can put on, so they can put on their firefighter jackets and boots and helmets for safety, and they get an opportunity over on the side over here to go down our fire pole. It's just a really neat place for kids to play and to learn, and we're thankful to have this at the village. This is a highlight.
Lots of fine motor experience here too. You know, buttons and gadgets on the side. And what I love about it is just it's a teachable moment. You can talk about what firefighters do and alleviate maybe some fear. And
Yes,
you can go one
absolutely.
step further with all of this. Just great
Absolutely.
opportunities.
Yes, yeah, we have a hose over here that kids use daily to put out fires, so they absolutely love playing with that.
Oh my.
Over here, this is something that I'd like to highlight, just as I think it's a neat thing for parents to understand as well. So this highlights how power gets to our home. So you can see that power comes from an energy station, and then it travels through different lines to be able to reach our houses safely. And so there's a switch over here where you can see when the power has traveled and it's kind of refined down, then it gets to our houses, and that's how we have electricity in our homes. So a great opportunity for parents to walk their kids through. This is why our toasters work, and this is why we have lights in our house and our washing machines work. And it's just a neat way it's a visual for kids to be able to see that.
And again, an opportunity to talk about safety with power lines and plug-ins, things like that. You can take it
Absolutely.
one step further, so.
Absolutely, yes. This is a great piece for kids to learn. This is comparing different types of more energy efficient appliances and how things have maybe changed over time. So you can see right here, I don't know if you can get a good picture of it, but we have 3 kinds of light bulbs. There's a CFL light bulb, an LED light bulb, and an incandescent bulb. And kids will actually use little discs that show them kilowatts of energy, and they'll insert into these holes, and then they can compare, seeing which light bulbs require the most energy to power. So that's a really a fun interactive way for kids to see how technology changes over time and energy efficiency.
So Paula, some of the things that I'm seeing are a little bit higher level learning. So that's leading me to believe that the village is, you know, a place for kids of all ages.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yeah, so we say that we gear for kids who are between about 1 and 10 years old. And so we have things in here that are great for the little tykes who are just starting to walk and run around, and we make it safe for those kids. So we make sure we don't have choking hazards that are out and about that they would need to be concerned about. But we also do a lot of things that are great for the older kids, and that older kids can also be teaching their younger siblings with.
Yours, yeah?
Yes, we actually have a special room that we call the challenge room, where we put some designated things that are for that 9-10-year-old age range, where there's some smaller parts and it's a closed off area, and we just put some challenges in there that would maybe be some STEAM or some engineering type things. And yeah, so we kind of are for all the age groups in that childhood.
How wonderful for parents like you that have children of multiple ages to bring all of the kids to one experience.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. We find that the whole family enjoys it.
This is my biggest fear, is going to the dentist. So what would this do for a child?
Yeah, so let me even just let you experience a little bit, Vicki. We'll lay you back a little bit to get the feel of sitting in a dental chair, just to be comfortable doing that, as well as seeing maybe what might happen as you visit the dentist. So here's our x-ray machine over here that is perfectly safe. There's nothing inside of here, so this is completely safe to play with.
So again,
So
vocab, naming it,
yes.
talking about what it's going to
Yes,
do.
so you might see what it's like when they move this up to your face and they're taking a picture to see your teeth and see if they're healthy and all the right teeth are growing in. And so this is just a great way for kids to get comfortable
My heart is
going
racing
to
right now.
the dentist. Get the idea of what they might see.
Yeah.
And I mean, once you've sat in the chair and you realize this isn't so scary,
Sure.
it's kind of a ride that I get to be on here. So this is just a great, and it's amazing the number of kids who give their moms and dads checkups over here, or give their brothers and sisters or a new friend, they give them their dental checkup, and the vocabulary they're using, talking about cavities, and did you brush your teeth today, and did you remember to floss, and all those things where they're learning some health skills, as well as they're using their imagination. Briefly walked past before, but this is a large motor area. So this is an obstacle course that comes apart, and I'll actually just set my coffee down here. So these pieces actually come off and they can be rebuilt. So kids will work together, and if I can get it off, and they will recreate their obstacle course. So they might move a piece to a different section. They can flip these, so then when they're walking on it, they might be working on balancing, taking a step down. There's tubes that they can crawl through. There's a slide that comes with it. So it's just a great large motor balance skill, as well as teamwork, where kids are working together to move the parts and figure out how they want to rebuild it, and then they use their skills to see if they can walk across it. And
I'm thinking
yeah, it's great.
Legos. I'm thinking
Yes.
oversized Legos,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That you can actually move and experience afterwards. And
Yes.
like you said, many times when I am here, I've seen multiple kids working together
Yes.
on a common goal. So how cool is that?
Yeah, this has been a really fun, especially in the wintertime when there's so many wiggles and giggles. This is a great piece for kids to enjoy.
So then we can probably go to the next big apparatus, right
Yes.
to our right here.
Yes. Our slide.
Okay.
And so over on the side where we were over at the grocery store and the restaurant earlier, that's actually how kids get up here, but this is a tube slide that you see here. And so we kind of recommend with this is it's a pretty fast slide. So if you have a little one, they might not want to do this one, but they might find it to be super exciting. But some of those bigger kids, those 3 to 8, 9, 10 adults, love to come out down this, and it's just a great large motor area to play. We also, you can't see it right now, but we do have a set of monkey bars under our slide that kids get. It's a little bit shorter version of monkey bars than you might see at a playground, and so it's a fun way for kids to experience the success of making it all the way across monkey bars.
You know, Paula, again, my developmental background shows me those, you know, I see the steps and I think, oh my goodness, for kids that don't have the opportunity to use steps, what a great way to learn how to go up and down and navigate. So
Yeah, absolutely.
they've got more skills learned here just incidentally.
Absolutely. We're over here at our Waltz gas station and car wash, which you can see up here. They
I love
have
Waltz.
been,
We all love Waltz,
right?
right?
My kids love Waltz. They get excited when we drive by Waltz, and they want to go and get gas and get popcorn, and we love to stop at Waltz.
And
So-
then they can associate the sign here with the sign that they see at Waltz.
Absolutely. So this is a spot where kids like to come and they hop into one of our cars, and you maybe can't see it, but we have a little road down here, so they might drive their car on the road, and they might actually take a stop over at the gas station and fill up their car with gas, which is such a fun, I don't think they know gas prices right now, but they sure put a lot of gas into their vehicles. They might need to back up, and then they can actually cut around and they can drive straight through our car wash here. So they can actually drive through, they can scrub down their vehicle or have a friend do that. Yeah, and it's just, there's some large motor as you're pedaling through with the bike. There's some small motor as you're using your gas pump over here. We also have bikes that they can use, so there's an experience in pedaling. Yeah, so this is a place where we see a lot of kids.
This
spending
is
their time.
probably the busiest spot in the village, I think, because it's winter. People need movement.
Yes.
So you do see a lot of kids using this area.
Yes, yes. It's a
One
great
last
spot.
visit over here. I think we need to go check out some of the.
Over here we have some creative activities that we like to keep out. We put some crafts out that kids can enjoy. Sometimes moms and dads can help with this. Sometimes kids are able to do them on their own. And then walking this way, we have our light table over here. This is a great space for kids to do some building with blocks. They like to build houses, bridges. Sometimes they build their own museum. Sometimes it's animal houses. They build whatever their imagination is enjoying. A great engineering activity. We also have over here a wind tunnel, and you can see in there there's some light scarves as well as some actual pool noodle pieces. And so kids will put them under the tunnel, and then they can watch them fly up through the tunnel, and sometimes they like to catch them out the top. And these are also something where kids get a feel for if it's too heavy, it won't fly. Sometimes they wrap up the pool noodles inside of the scarves, and they see if they can make that fly as well. And you can see adults love it as well. And then over here we have this, we call this our art wall. We have some pens out here that we use for drawing. So this is something where kids can come and they can choose a variety of colors. They might draw a picture on here, so they might learn their shapes, drawing a heart. They might do some working on their names, so working on literacy, working on the alphabet. And then, so I'll write my name on there, and then after that they can take one of these squirt bottles. This is a great fine motor strength building for their hands. They can spray it off. So they add some water on there, and really the spraying is a highlight. The spraying is really an enjoyable activity. And then they take their squeegee and they wipe it down for the next person so that it's ready for somebody else to come on over and create. This is absolutely something that even the older kids really, really enjoy.
Thanks for that tour. We got to see a lot of fun things and engage in what the kids actually experience. The last thing I wanted to ask you was, can you tell us a little bit about the logistics, the hours, membership, who comes to the village?
Absolutely. So the village is located in the same building as Giovanni's Pizza in Wilmer. We're over near the YMCA on Lakeland Avenue on the side of the building. So when you come here, you come on in and you check in at our front desk. And there's a couple ways to use the village. So we do daily admission, which is $5 per person to use the village. So if you're bringing in a family of 3 people, that will cost $15 to be here for the day. We also sell memberships, and those memberships are for your whole family. So that cost is $100, and that's actually for the whole year. So $100 for 12 months of play for your whole
correct?
family. Unlimited play. Yes, unlimited play for a full 12 months from when you purchase that membership, and that again is for your entire family. You can also include other adults on that membership, so grandma and grandpa could be on that membership, and they're just a $10 additional cost. One thing to note with that is that we also have a scholarship membership, and that's for any family who is receiving assistance like free and reduced lunches at school, WIC. It could also be a medical assistance. And all that we do is we ask that you bring in proof of that. So you'd bring
So they
in
bring
your
it right here too.
Yep, so you'd bring into the village your MA card or your WIC card. And all that we do is we just take a copy of that and keep it with your membership just as proof of that. There's not an additional application process. And then that day you're actually able to purchase your membership. And the membership is then $50 for the whole year instead of the $100.
Paula, I've also seen groups here when I visited the village. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yes, we do quite a few field trips here. We have groups that come in from local preschools as well as groups that will come in from Montevideo, Redwood Falls, and we have quite a few of our elementary schools in the area who will come and do field trips here. So your kids may have talked about the village having been here for a field trip, and then they asked mom and dad, can we go to the village too? So it's a great place for groups. We also do some private rentals. So we'll have groups who will, for birthday parties as well as for holiday parties or for employee appreciation, things like that. We'll have groups come in and do that. One other thing to note with our memberships is that we do sell grandparent memberships. So if you are grandma or grandpa and you would like to be able to bring your grandkids, that's $50 for the year, and then you're able to bring any of your grandkids in under that membership. And daycare memberships, we also do those as well.
And then lastly, Paula, I have to address some of the rumblings going out there. There's some talk about big things happening here for the village. Some exciting news and some changes that are going to occur.
Yes, we are super excited to be able to share that the village is actually now a program of the United Way of West Central Minnesota. So that just became official this week. And what they are planning to do is they will continue to operate the village as is. However, they do have some plans down the road for some expansion and for things that they would like to do just as far as more getting local businesses involved at the village. So you will see some really cool changes coming in the future. But for right now, it will continue to operate just as you see it right now with memberships, with our hours, all of that will be what it is right now. And just a note on that, for our hours, for all of our rates for location, you can find that on our website, which is wilmervillage.com. So check that out. This was a lot of information. You can look on there and recap everything that we talked about.
And thank you so much for having us. We're so excited for your expansion. I hope they keep you along for the ride, for the growth, because you have brought it to this point and done a beautiful job. So thanks again for what you provide to the community.
Thank you.